I was talking to Anthony Joshua last week about this, and he was saying, people think he doesn't want to fight Wilder. He wants to fight Wilder's before the Ruiz fight right now because all these guys are good fighters. In the press, we elevate a few over the others, and they are a little better. But at that level of competition, especially in the heavyweight division, you can lose to any one of these guys. Muhammad Ali used to say, there's so many good fighters, it'll be just my luck to run into them on a night when one of them chooses to be great. That's what happened to Anthony Joshua. He knew the risks in fighting a guy like Andy Ruiz, who's a really good fighter, good amateur, good pro, one close loss on his record to Joseph Parker, a guy who Joshua had already beaten. But Joshua knew he was probably better than Big Baby Miller, the opponent he replaced, and anyone at this level of heavyweight boxing especially is a threat.
Steve?
I disagree with Max to some degree. First of all, let's call this what it is. Anthony Joshua lied to us. Let's just call it what it is. He wasn't ready for this fight. This guy, before the start of the fight, had his arms up on the rope with his mouthpiece hanging out his mouth, for crying out loud. He looked gassed by the time the second round arrived. He looked completely disinterested, and obviously he wasn't incentivized to do anything else once he dropped Ruiz, and then Ruiz got up and dropped him not once but twice in the same round, which was the third round. He ended up getting knocked down 4 times by Butterbean. Let's call it what it is, or a poor version of Butterbean. I mean, you talking. Teddy Atlas had the line of the decade when he sat up there and said, "You talk about a fight that took physical fitness back a century." That's how bad this was. Okay.
Ruiz was in shape.
Hold on. There's no excuse whatsoever. I understand. Ruiz is a good fighter. Actually, he had some good hand speed. He's got some good boxing skills. But what bothers me, and to me, everybody's missing this. We rarely get mega fights in boxing. We crave for it, we salivate over it, and we wait for it. 2 undefeated champions going up against one another, what have you. Joshua, Wilder. Wilder came on, said he's wanted Joshua numerous times. It didn't happen. We saw why, because let me tell you something right now. Joshua right now looks so bad because of that. Could you imagine what Wilder would do to him?
I don't know about that. I'm going to remind you of something. When Sugar Ray Leonard fought Tommy Hearns, he'd already lost to Roberto Duran.
I didn't say everybody's undefeated.
Lennox Lewis got knocked out by McCall and Rahman, and also had a huge fight with Mike Tyson and others. Vladimir Klitschko was knocked out as belt holder earlier in his career, held it for 10 years. Especially in the heavyweight division, in this era, a great fighter can be knocked out.
Let me tell you, I understand that, but let me tell you something right now. Don't act like you don't only want to know a little boxing history. Let me tell you something right now. When you look at Mike Tyson and he lost to Buster Douglas, at least he had Robin Givens as an excuse. No disrespect, but we all saw the reports. We all saw the reports that was going on there. Sonny Liston and Ali, you know how people talked about the conspiracy involving that. Lennox Lewis, 1 punch caught him. He didn't get beat up, knocked down 4 times. Anybody, you're absolutely right. Anybody could get.
Don't you agree that the left hook from Ruiz basically ended the fight?
I'm just saying, no, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
Never the same.
I didn't say it was never the same, but all I'm saying to you is there are plenty of instances where a punch, I totally agree with you, anybody could get caught. Anybody could get clipped, but then you could get beat down. Remember when William Joppy got destroyed by Felix Trinidad? Sure. I mean, that was a beat down. That's the kind of stuff that you're scared to go home and see your family after that one because it's so damn embarrassing. That's the kind of beat down we saw from Anthony Joshua Saturday night, and you the heavy favorite. It's one thing to get caught. It's another thing to get beat up and look gassed and apathetic along the way.
Mike, yes, there's a reason that it went down that way, and we will discuss it on First Take in a matter of moments.
Yeah. I'm so glad that we did this. I'm so appreciative for both of you guys. Thank you. You'll have a great show. 6 minutes from now. First Take.